Says you are live. It says I am live. Good morning, you beautiful people out there. I want to welcome you to my podcast. Right now I'm doing it on Sundays at 10 o'clock. Some of you guys might be 11, some 10. It's just, we're on different timelines. But I wanted to talk, the subject today is why you're not manifesting your dreams. Now, this is something that I've had to go through. This is something that's been hard for me. And it's hard for everybody when they're trying their best to manifest their dreams and they're not getting anywhere. So this kind of makes me sad because it's like we don't know. So right now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the science behind it, of why you don't manifest your dreams. And it is because 95% of your beliefs are unconscious. So when we were born, we were taught by our families what to do, what to say, who to be. Now, because of this, from 0 to 7, that's what we learn. And when we are adults, we're actually children. We are just grown children, basically. And so our subconscious mind keeps all those beliefs in there. So like if our mom says, we don't have any money, then that belief's stuck in there. Or if, our mom's married to the same man, but it's always like fighting all the time, or your mom's married to different men, or your dad's always cheating, or whatever happens, this stays in your body. Now, your subconscious mind is your body. And here's the thing. You're like, oh, the subconscious mind's not your body. Your brain will tell you something. Like you'll say something. I want to manifest this. But if your body's not agreeing with it, you're not manifesting it. So you have to get on board with your body. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to manifest the man of my dreams, but all your subconscious beliefs in your body has is he cheats, he's this, he's that, whatever your parents give you, the program, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. You are going to play that out, that role out of. You believe that love is hurt. You believe love is pain. And we don't see it like that logically. We look at it like, oh, he's going to do better. We can help him, all the things. No. You can't help him. You can't change him. You can't do anything for him. You have to do it for you. So 5% of your brain is saying, oh, I have to go to the grocery store. I have to do this. I have to go to work. I have to do all the things that you do through the day. And then your subconscious mind is, I can tie my shoes. I can drive. I can play out these old patterns, self-sabotage. I can't ever get anything right that I'm trying to do. Your body self-sabotages you until you begin to look at it, question it, and change it. That's basically it. But it's way harder than just saying it. There is no saying it. You have to physically do it. So there's science about this. You can go read about it, childhood 0 to 7 and our beliefs and what we've learned over the years. And then also our subconscious mind is our body and whatever it believes. There's a book called The Body Keeps the Score. So if you've been hurt, beat, anything like that, your body still has that. Even that your mind does not believe that it's still going on. It's still going on until you change it. So, and I believe it's still in there somewhere. It's just you have allowed yourself to be aware of it, and now it's dimmed. Like it's not as painful. Because a lot of the times, how many conversations have you been in and you've talked to your girlfriend about, oh my God, he done this to me 20 years ago? Because you keep saying that, you are repeating that moment right now. I mean, say your husband hurt you 20 years ago and you can think of that moment and you can still feel that pain because your body can bring you back to that very moment, even that you're here. Like I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. We're having a good time. We're just having coffee. We're having drinks, whatever. But all of a sudden you can feel that pain that you had from 20 years ago when your husband went out on you. That's your subconscious mind. And it's your beliefs. It's not your beliefs, but it's the beliefs that you were programmed to have. So your mom showed you love like this, like the only way she could, because everybody's got different relationships. And you have inherited that basically to play it out in your life until you know. Now, when we're teenagers and we're growing up and we fall in love, we don't know yet. And we become aware, unless you wake up way early, and thank God if you did, because you have to be aware. And then even the awareness of it still doesn't work. You have to be aware of it. You have to say, like, my mother did this, and I play boyfriends. I keep getting the same boyfriend over and over again. And then look back in your life. Look back in your mom's life, in your grandma's life. Do you see these patterns, like the same boyfriends, the same jobs? I have seen in one life that I know. And there's like the mom, the daughter, the son, the mom, the dad. They all have the same, all the same relationships, like the same houses, the same thing that they do every day. It's wild. It's like, if you're aware and you can see it, you'll see the patterns. And it's because we inherit it. Until we change it, we inherit it. So like me, what I'm doing, my family, would they do a podcast? No. Some people don't even know what a podcast is. And the reason I know this, I went to the grocery store and somebody said, hey, what are you doing today? I said, a podcast. And they're like, what's that? People really don't know. And to me, I was like, what? Yeah. So people don't always know what people are doing. So I'm here, why I'm doing my podcast, and to change not only my life and the patterns that in my history and lineage, but for you too, because you might be recognizing like, oh my gosh, I do this I have the same jobs. I always have the same jobs. And I notice this I've had a lot of jobs in my life. And then I'll work there for 3 or 4 months. And then I'm like, I'm done. I'm just sick of these people. And it's like, it's not the people, it's me. We have to change it, but we don't know. But look at your parents' job. Look at your father's, both sides, fathers and mothers. And you can change it. You guys can change it. It's hard. I'm saying it's hard because what we do is we just ask ourselves questions and then we decide to change it. And then it's kind of, sometimes some of the beliefs I've changed, I've had to cry and be like, oh my God, like I've believed this for years. But you can change. And the reason I want to tell you this, I'm going to show you an example. So when you believed that Christmas or Santa Claus was real for years and years and years, until you were like 9 or 10, however long you could get there to believe it. And then one day you found out that Santa Claus wasn't real. Now you had to change your belief because you had to, there was no other way. And you were pissed. You were like, oh my God, they've told me this for years and I believe this. It's like that. So you look at your belief and you're like, oh my God, my parents said I had to do this for years and I didn't really have to do it. No, because we do whatever our parents told us. We had no other choice, you guys. There was no other choice. Whatever you learned as a child is what you do now. I find myself doing that still today. Like, oh, I'm acting like this, acting like my mom, acting like my dad. And some of the things are great. And then some of the things are like, oh no, I want to get this. If my parents are 70, my grandparents are 90. So a lot of those beliefs, we do not even believe anymore. I know my big belief when I decided to get divorced after 26 years, not my belief, but my parents' beliefs and my grandparents was, oh no, you have to work it out no matter what. And I'm like, even if it's abuse, even if it's drugs, even if it's all that, yes, you just have to work it out. And I'm like, no, Not doing it, and I'm not taking on that belief. Now, that was a big, serious belief, and it took me 3 months of crying and screaming and fighting my own self because I was trying to go back. Our body, another thing, our body gets comfortable in the pain that we're in.
How's that not killing
It's
you?
weird. I mean, when I started going through all this stuff, I was like, my body likes to be in this pain. It's used to it. It doesn't know any better. It just knows that this is pain and we're familiar with it and you don't know any other way. So when I just kept like going for 3 or 4 months, finally breaking the cycle. And then I was able to say, no, oh my God, I would never go back. Why did I even do that? And then I realized it was me. I was allowing this to happen. What I did is I turned it back onto me and said, why did you do this? Why did you allow this to happen for so long? And I came to the realization that I didn't love and care about myself as I should. And that's a big thing for everybody, right now in the world. We don't love and care for ourselves as much as we should. We will love our kids. We will love our mates. We'll love our friends, family. But when it comes to us, it's like, we'll just keep going. My back is hurting. I'm tired. I need food. No, they need this. They need this. And just keep going. We can't do that. We can't do that because that's when we say no to ourselves and we push ourselves down. And then now we don't even have any feelings because it's lost. All our feelings are lost out there somewhere and you're not even thinking about yourself. And then here's another thing. You're resentful to the other people they have to do things for. But it's your fault. You're resentful for things that you're doing. Stop doing them. I don't mean stop taking care of your family, but can you take care of yourself first and then take care of them? Because I did that. I had to stop. And people were like, you are selfish. You are all these other things. But now they do it. All of them put themselves first, take care of themselves first. And then you have so much more time and you want to help people. You're like, oh my God, let me help you because you feel so good and refreshed and you're not like all bogged down all the time. And it's not that you stop doing things. You let yourself have time and peace and love, and then you do for others. It's a whole different way of living, but it's a whole different way of our beliefs also. We believe that we are to put everybody in front of us. How many believe that? I did. I don't anymore. And some of you are going to say, this is ego. It's not ego. It's put yourself first. Just like they say on the plane, put the mask on yourself first. Because once you have the mask on, then you can breathe deep and everything's okay. Then you can help other people. But if you don't put the mask on, you're choking and can't breathe. So you're not going to help other people. I love it when people say, well, I don't want to be rich because of this one. No, you want to be rich. You want to have money because I can't be poor enough to help a poor person, but I can be rich enough to help a poor person. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that's nice.
All it is beliefs that we grew up with. You don't want to be rich. That's ungodly. You want to be rich because it's godly. God wants you to help the people on the streets, living on the streets. Well, you had to have money to do that. Oh my God, we do. Yeah. I mean, it's funny, some of the things that I believed all this stuff. I believed that you had to stay in the marriage no matter what. I believed that you had to raise the kids like this. I believed a lot of things that I have got rid of. That's why I'm doing these podcasts. I want people to understand that you can get rid of them too. And basically what it is just changing your beliefs. Get a journal. I am like journaling every day. And I have probably 20 journals. I even have my journals back in Indiana, piles at my daughter's. That I just said, okay, what belief do I want to get rid of?
Almost a 40.
What belief do I want to get rid of? What patterns am I playing out? Why? When I got divorced, I'm like, why didn't this work out? What patterns did I see? And I seen a lot of patterns in my husband that I did in my family. So my brothers and my father and stuff like that. So I naturally thought it was okay, and okay, this is going to be fine. And it totally was not. And it's, you go into it with love. And if you are a hurt child, which I'm a 7-year-old adult, right? Then I'm looking for love, and they are too. And then it's like we have all these belief systems, and we're trying to get love from each other. Well, you know what? We haven't even loved ourselves yet. That's how you can love another person, is once you start caring and loving for yourself, you have so much more love to give, because you are appreciative, and you're like, oh, let me do this for you, and be kind. There's no ego in it, but a lot of people live in their ego. And that's only 5% of our brain is the ego. Like, I'm this and I'm that. And a lot of that reason we do this is because we feel like we're not good enough. Been there, done that a lot. So if you're walking around and somebody's like, oh my God, I'm this and you're not, and who do you think you are? It's because they don't feel like they are. So everything in our life is like flipped upside down. Just everything is flipped upside down. So I just wanted to, talk about any beliefs. And I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on 2 places on Facebook. If you guys want to say anything or anything about a belief that you have that you want to change, I also have a coaching, coaching with Suzette, and I would love to help you get. And here's the thing. I didn't do it by myself, and don't do it by yourself. You get down and dirty into some things that you're just like, oh my God. And I'm not saying you can't. You can. Just write down, your past belief and that you want to get rid of. Why do I still work at McDonald's? And here's another thing. Look at your parents, like whatever jobs they've had, that's kind of like the job you're going to have. Look at their money beliefs. If they only made like $30,000 a year, you're more than likely just to make $30,000 a year for the rest of your life. I'm not joking. These are beliefs that we were put in, not voluntarily. We were born into this, and it's fine. We're not blaming anybody. But if you want to change for a better belief system, higher consciousness, then that's what you have to look at. And you have to look at your health, your money, your relationships. Relationships are big. Money's big, because right now it's like money's scarce, but you have to believe that it's not, and it is here, and it is for you, and all the things. Because right now that's all you hear. And here's the thing. You hear all this stuff about, oh, there's no money, the world's going to a war, all this stuff. And here's all these beliefs. Now, some of you guys are going to think I'm crazy when I say this, but I haven't watched the news or basically like TV. I do watch movies, like Netflix and stuff. Maybe 15 years. It was before me and my husband broke up. I know that. And I stopped watching the news. Well, and the reason why is because every morning I'd get up and I'd watch the news, and it was somebody dying and fire and murder. And I'm like, I am not watching this stuff every day. And here's the thing. I want people to be aware of what's going on, but those people, and God save their soul, I love these people. I love everyone. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do for the fire, or there was nothing I could do for the any of it. I was just going around all day feeling horrible because this has happened. And this is happening every day. This is going to happen every day, regardless if I watch the news or not. So it takes that worry off of me, because I'm a worry person anyway. I love everybody. I want the best for everybody. And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm literally feeling in my body the pain, because if you're an empath, you feel that. It's almost like you can feel the old boyfriend that hurt you, or a husband that hurt you. It's like that. I feel that. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't watch this. Somebody hurting a dog, you can't watch it. It's in your body. So I want to talk about some different ways you can get rid of the beliefs. So one of them is journaling. I know it sounds so simple, like you're going to journal your belief away. Yes, you can. There is tapping. So there's for a deeper, say there's a belief that you cannot get over. And so there's modalities that you can do. You can do Reiki, and that clears out energy. You can do meditation. I do a meditation for everything that I want to clear,
What?
like a cord clearing.
That's crazy.
So say I have a cord with my husband and I want to clear it, and then you just go into a meditation state and you visualize yourself cutting these cords. Now,
Nice.
I know this is for another subject, but your visualization and your inner world is your outer world. So if you believe inside of you that you are at peace and happy and love, then you will feel that in your outer world. But if you feel like, oh my God, my life's shit, and I have to get up and go to work, and I hate all this, and you're feeling these feelings inside your body that, like, oh my God, you're resisting, you're pushing, then if you're doing anything that you're pushing, you're not supposed to be doing it. Because your body knows, right? Like my daughter, I'll talk to her and she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. Then you have to stop it. And in different ways, like if you stop the relationship or you stop the job, you have to look at it and like, oh my God, you don't have to look at it, but you look at it like, oh my God, I'm going to lose money. But you really don't. Once you lose that job, another one comes. It always does. And once you get rid of the bad relationship and you change your beliefs about it, so you're not attracting the same boyfriend, it's better. It's better. So you have to change your beliefs about it. Like, I'm worth more money. I'm worth more time. I'm, whatever you're worth in your relationships and to a higher consciousness. And it's all over the internet, you guys. It's all over the internet where you can learn about this stuff and become the better version of yourself. And I mean the better version of you as like, I'm peace, I'm love, I'm caring, I'm compassionate, I'm doing things for others. But for yourself first, you have to change the beliefs. So hypnosis. I've done hypnosis. I've done energetic energy healing. I've done EMDR. That is basically for really bad trauma that you can't get rid of. It's a desensitizer. So say if you've been, I'm just going to say raped. If you've been raped and that feeling is, that stuff's in your body, right? Your mind can say, oh, I'm not going to think about it today, but it is in your body, your subconscious mind. So you want that out there. I mean, every time you're trying to get into a relationship, somebody touches you and you're like, oh, do you want that gone? You do. Because now this person that you're trying to be in the relationship could be the man of your dreams, and you can't even be around him because of this stuff in your body. So what it does, it is desensitizes it, makes it weaker, makes it, like not jumpy and stuff like that. All of these modalities have worked for me in all different ways. I had candida, so I got toxic mold where I couldn't even walk hardly. And I was in my mom's house, like dying. And I changed all of my eating habits and I got overgrowth, candida overgrowth, which is in your body and on my tongue. And it's in my ears and my nose still a little bit, but I couldn't get rid of all of it. And the last part of it was emotional. So I went to a hypnotist and said, okay, what do we need to get rid of? It could be anger. You're angry at your mom. You're angry at your dad. You're angry at the kids. You don't know. You do not know until you start journaling and saying, who am I really? Because you could feel good today and like your life's amazing. You're at the beach and everything's wonderful. And then all of a sudden somebody reminds you of something. You're like, oh my God, I hate when my dad did this when I was 12. Body keeps the score. Body remembers it. It's not your mind. Your mind's not remembering. Your mind's remembering, I have to work today, getting a drink of water, doing, all this. Subconscious mind, all the things. Now it holds the good things too, the good feelings that, think about your grandkids and it's like, oh my God, it feels so yummy. And oh yeah. So that's how I feel. But when you feel something bad, it keeps that in there too. And these are what you want to release and get out. And you want that out of your body, because if it does not get out, it runs your life. 95% of your life is ran by body, subconscious mind.
Okay.
Your logical mind is 5, subconscious mind. So if your mom said you have to, here's another example. I was taking care of this lady, 96 years old, and she said,
Goodness, that's so
I was making her dinner, and she said, I don't want to eat this. And I said, okay, you don't have to eat it. No, my mom said. And I said, honey, you don't have to eat it. Your mom's not here right now. And she said, no, my mom said, and she was going to do it regardless. Like, I don't know what the trauma was behind that. It could have been beat. You have to sit there all day and until you eat the food. I mean, it's crazy, how back in the day, how people treated the people. So they were like 95 years old. The lady's parents are not even alive. And she is saying, I have to eat this or, whatever. She's going to get beat. She knew that in her body. She was like, I have to sit here until it's done. I mean, I think I've seen her sit there for like an hour before. And I'm like, oh my God. But you can't really change. I mean, you can, don't get me wrong. You can change that old, always you can change, but she wasn't in the state to change, the mindset state. But, it's just, and we just keep those beliefs. She's 95 years old and she still believes that she has to eat everything on her plate because her mother said. For 95 years, she believed that. So, and we can change those beliefs. I know that some of the beliefs, I guess back in the day, there wasn't enough food, which I don't believe that. I believe there was plenty of food, and if we didn't want to eat it, we shouldn't have been made to, because they didn't understand back then when they made us do something, then it was harming us emotionally. We felt this sort of way about it, and I'm not good enough, or they're torturing me, or whatever it might be. And we took on these beliefs, and then we go 50 years, 100 years, still believe, 95 years, believing the same beliefs. But we can change them. And a lot of the little beliefs that you want to change are easy, just journal it out and say, well, I believe that I have to stay in this marriage regardless. Now that one I changed in like 3 months. And I think I've always was trying to get out of that marriage anyway, if you know me personally. But I kept going back because of, financial reasons, or, a place to live, or, whatever other reasons there were. There was many of reasons that shouldn't have been any. But we do that. We go back and we try, and it's for the kids and it's for all that. And I have so many friends right now that are staying in marriages that I know are bad, but they do it because there's still those beliefs. They still believe. And, you can get a plaque when you're 25-year marriage or your 50-year marriage. The plaque's not going to, somebody's going to throw that plaque in the trash when you're dead. I hate to say that, but I've seen it at like the Goodwills and stuff. I've seen those plaques, and I'm like, if you're not in a good marriage and loving and caring and compassionate, then forget about the plaque. It's going in the trash, you guys. I mean, it really is. We have to start living from our feelings and for the things that we want in our life. And it's not selfish. It's if you have a goal and you're going for it, and your mate has a goal and you're going for it, This is wonderful. Like you're doing things bigger and better in this lifetime instead of, you be quiet and you shut up and I'm telling you what to do. No, that's the old paradigm and that's what it is. And we want to break it. I want to break it. I'm hoping whoever watches my podcast wants to break it and either goes out and gets help or because you can try it by yourself, but it's way easier when you have help and you have somebody there saying, yeah, we can do this. It's just always like that. Community is a lot. So, but there is different modalities you can use. This was a big topic for me because that's why you're not manifesting. You are not manifesting because you're saying, I'll give you an example. So this is my third podcast. My first one was I broke my toe. I said, okay, I'm doing it anyway. Second one was me and Alasa had the time messed up. I wasn't even ready and just jumped on anyway. Third one, is right now, this one. And I've had thoughts about I'm not going to do it because my son's going to be in the room and all this other stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And here's the thing. I'm going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it because I'm trying to break this pattern of self-sabotaging myself from putting myself out there. Yes, I'm trying to self-sabotage myself because a belief inside of me says you can't have a podcast or you can't write a book, which I did too. It's on right here. It is. And it's on Amazon. But we didn't have those beliefs when we were little. It was like, get a job at McDonald's, work there for the rest of your life, be married to a psycho killer and live a horrible life. It seemed like, because I was just like, I don't know. And this is so funny. My daughter said the other day is like, I look at my life and I'm like, this is not my life because it's not your life. Now, my life now is totally different than it used to be. I don't have a partner, but I'm so in love, and don't take this wrong, in love with myself, taking care of myself and doing the right thing for myself that I don't feel like I need a partner. Now, if a partner walks in and, we fall in love, I am open for that. So don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, I don't feel any need to run out here and find somebody to make me feel like I'm a better person, because I feel like I'm a better person right here. I know a lot of us will do that. I need them. I feel wonderful. And I think I said this on my other podcast. I feel wonderful when I'm with him. You feel wonderful about yourself when you're with him. It's all about you. How do you feel? It's your body. Wonderful. When you're with your grandkids, don't you feel wonderful? It doesn't have to be a man. I feel amazing. My grandkids will be like, Mom, Grandma, I love you so much. Oh my God, I feel so wonderful. So it doesn't have to be a man, but it can be. I just want to put that out there. But a lot of us, and you know it, we chase, oh my God, I broke up with Tom. Now I gotta find Dick because, and I mean, Dick Harry. Oh my God, that sounds terrible. But anyway, I am trying to say, you try to find that other man because, now that you're alone and you need a man, you do not need a man, not for money, not for health, not for anything, but for love. And when you fall in love, it's be loving yourself. How do you feel with that man? When you are in love, you feel so lovey, gooey, yummy, right? It's how you feel. You don't know what they feel. You do not know what another person feels. You don't. So change your beliefs if you want, if you choose. I just want to put this out here. And your whole life will change. I have a girlfriend. Her whole life has changed. She has, oh man, you can tell she's done the work. And I don't know anything about what she's done, but things she says and things that's put out there on Facebook is like, oh my God, like she has changed her life. And I'm sure she feels amazing. Like, oh my God, my life has changed. I feel so much better because you do. Now you're living from your own beliefs and not your parents, not your grandparents, not the school. We have so many beliefs from grandparents, school, parents, teachers. How many teachers have told you, oh, well, you're not good enough to do this?
Yeah.
I've had so many people, I've had people tell me I can't do this, I can't do that. You're never going to have this. You're never going to be this. You're never doing anything. And I'm like, Lord, when I look back and I'm thinking, man, I don't know who raised me. But my children, I tell them they can do anything. And I think that's the reason why, is because the way I was treated. But I believe that they can do anything, they can have anything. And I want them to reach that and try for that as much as they can. And if they fall, they fall. And then they get back up and they do it again, because that's the only way you learn. I don't believe that you fail at anything. I believe that you learn on everything. So failing is not into my vocabulary. It is, what did I learn from this situation? Oh, this situation looks bad. Okay, what did you learn from it? Because if you learn from it, then you can see it when it's coming, red flags, and say, oh, I already been through this situation. Don't want to do that again. Okay, there you go. So, and another thing I want to tell you, I was in this bad relationship. Not that I didn't love him. I did. But I stayed for all the wrong reasons. I stayed for money. I stayed for my children. I stayed for a belief system that I could change him, a belief system that he was going to change. None of that happened, still to this day. So I'm just saying that because I know a lot of my girlfriends that are in bad relationships looking like it is good from the outside. I know we don't all get on Facebook and tell about our bad days or bad hair days or whatever, but it's okay that you leave the relationship and change the beliefs about it, because when your grown kids say, I told you you should have left years ago, and you're like, oh my God, you stayed for the kids, you're actually hurting the kids. If they see the abuse, if they see a man treating you bad, if they see all the things, then that's what they'll live. Oh my God, that's what they'll live, you guys. It's so breaking my heart right now, because I see so many people doing it, and I just want to go into their inbox and say, please, but you can't. It's none of my business. But if you're watching this video and this is affecting you, please do something about it, because I can't change you, but you can. I cannot change you, but you can change you. And you won't even be able to change your children. You guys, that's how this changing your belief system is. If you want to change a belief and your child does not, no, you can't make them. And this is your flesh and blood. You're like, oh my God, please, please. You can't do it. You will never be able to change another person. Usually people change at dramatic events, divorce, accidents, deaths. In my other video, I said pain moves mountains. It absolutely does. When you're in pain, then you'll do whatever you can to get out of that pain. And I'm not saying take medicine. I'm saying, what will you do? I'm having panic attacks. I need to lose this job. I'm having panic attacks. I need to get out of this marriage. Because the medicine is just a Band-Aid. So I'm going to give you some pills and you're going to feel better, but you're still in the emotional, your body still has it. So here's a pill to cover up your heart. It's going to shut it down. And then when the pill wears off, oh my God, here come all the feelings come back up, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to have another panic attack. Your body is telling you, get out of the situation, leave the relationship, leave the job. This is all up to you. Okay. You have to be you're the decision maker. You're the one that decides what is giving you the anxiety. And then you're the one that has to release whatever that is. Let go. Let go of the job, let go of the house, let go of the people, the places, the things, even if it's your family. I have family that's so negative. I'm like, do I even have, I have to go talk to them for 5 minutes. I'm like, because me, I tend to take on other people's energy, loving and caring. And then I come home and I'm doing the wands and clearing off the stuff because I have to clear my energy. And that's, this is just a tool to clear it. I actually clear it myself. My meditation, my visualization, and knowing that I can take care of myself, take care of my feelings. Somebody said something to me the other day about, I told you so. I told you so. The only reason they said that is because they wanted to feel like it's all about them whenever they're saying, I want to feel like I told you so. And they kept repeating it and repeating it until finally I said, I got it. I hear what you said. But why does it have to be, I told you so? Why does it have to be, it's okay. Whatever you did is okay. Because now we'll learn from it. Or maybe we won't. We don't learn. And we just keep doing it and doing it, doing it. Or I love where they take a good thing that you're doing and try to say that it's bad because a negative thing happened. And there's no negatives. In my world, there's no negatives and there's no failure. So if you do something wrong, you just learn from it. And situations happen all the time that go a different way. And we don't always have the answers. And we're not manifesting it if we don't believe it. So if you're say, I'm going to manifest $1 million and you've only made, and your parents and everybody's made $30,000 a year, you're not manifesting $1 million. No, you're just not. Until now you can, but you have to look at your beliefs. Why do you think people win the lottery and then they made a show about this? People lose their lottery winnings. The reason they had enough people to do it is because they weren't ready to receive $1 million, $1 zillion, how much ever they made. No, it's your belief system. Your body's like, I don't know what to do with $1 million. I'm going to give it to Tom, Dick, and Harry, and George. I'm going to buy a new car, and then next they're repoing the car. I mean, yes, you have to get yourself and your body aligned to receive love in the way that you logically think. We're all like, oh my God, we just want to have the best marriage and on the beach and all that. No, if this body feels like marriage is hitting and screaming and yelling, and this is what it believes, then you're marrying somebody like that. In 3 days, then people's turning and they're like beating your ass.
That's true, but
No. I know it sounds crazy. It's the truth. It's your beliefs, unconscious beliefs, and you have a lot of them. You don't even know they're there. And here's the thing, you don't know they're there until you get the bad boyfriend again. And then you're like, oh, so you can't get rid of them without being aware.
Trust.
Okay, so I have the bad boyfriend twice now. Oh, 3 times. Okay, something's wrong. Belief. I keep getting these jobs that I don't like, and people around me keep bitching, and it's negative, and I don't. Belief. Change the beliefs. If you change the beliefs, you'll change the environment. You'll change the people. I don't have, and this sounds horrible, but it's not. I want to say this. I don't have hardly any. I don't have any friends from my childhood. Maybe one, but we just talk sometimes, and that's it. But no one. Since I became this spiritual person, and all I'm doing is getting rid of old beliefs, then these people don't like me, or people's done stuff to me. I'm like, no, I'm putting my boundaries up and saying, no, I'm not going to deal with that. So I've let go of some too. Because they're coming at me is like, who are you? Who do you think you are? And, whoever I want to be. This is the thing. We're allowed to be whoever we want to be. And if I want to put myself out there on a podcast, that's me. I want to do that. And thank you for listening. if you want to. I get so many people, like I got one person that would be on my Facebook saying, well, who's this and who that and who do you, and I just said, okay, girl, I'm done. And I just deleted her because I do not and would not ever go on somebody else's stuff and say, who do you think you are? She had a problem with me. A lot of people do that I don't even know. And it's not my problem. It's yours. And the only thing I can say is do it. Whatever you want to do it. The podcast, the writing the book, make a Facebook Live. Do whatever you want to do because that's what you want to
This is
do.
a Cant Fest too.
That's
What
what
is
you
going
want
on
to
with
do.
people?
You don't, it's your unconscious mind. Who does she think she is? Well, who are you not to be
People
who
have
the
no
greatest
skills, so
person
they
that
just
you
sit
are
and
here? If you were dying tomorrow, what would you do? You would ride your motorcycle a million miles. You'd go to the
Shit's
beach. You'd make a
insane.
podcast like you never thought. I mean, that's what you wanted to do. Whatever you wanted to do, you have to just do it and not worry about anybody else. And we do that. Unconscious belief. I had that so many times. My parents said, well, what are they going to think of you? I don't give a shit. Okay, don't wear your makeup, wear your makeup. If you go down there, don't wear your makeup. I'm like, okay, why? Oh, because you might look different. No, I look the same. But I believe that stuff. So when they said to me, don't wear your makeup, it made me feel like I was less than. Or do wear your makeup now. I've got that too. Now I'm not good enough. These are the beliefs that you are giving to your children. These are the beliefs that we grew up with. You're not good enough. No, you cannot do that. Why aren't you like your brother?
Of course, I hit my friend that bitch.
You're always acting like you're a star. Oh my God, we get all these things and it's like, what's wrong with any of it? Let us be who we want to be. Let us be, because it's putting in beliefs that we do not need. And then we are all adults in a children's body trying to say, love me, love me. Can you love me? My mom didn't. Can you love me? My dad didn't. And this is what your body's telling your relationship. Please love me. And if you didn't have that as a child, then that's what you're going to get. And then if they had a bad childhood, forget it. You're just like, they're looking for what you're looking for, and neither one of you have it. So now it's like, it's crazy. But you could get these beliefs out of your head that you are good enough, and then you are wonderful, and you're a child of God, and you can do anything, and then you can become who you want, who you believe that you can be. Like I had that QHHT, and it said you love clothes, which I do, and you love to talk. Perfect right here. I love to talk. It didn't say 1 million people's going to watch you. It said you love to talk. So that's why I'm doing this. I have so many YouTube videos because I love to talk. And I have so much information that can help people. I want to put it out here. So anyway, I want to invite you to join me next week for Tammy. And we're going to be talking about her spiritual journey. And I wanted to invite you, if you want to hit me up on my coaching, then I will be able to help you with your unlimited beliefs that we can change. But remember, they're all living in your body because that's where they are. And if you want to just message me, then I'll send you a link. But anyway, I want to thank you for listening today. This is probably not the podcast you thought it was like. Why? I mean, you can change it, and it is going to take some work, and it is in your body, and it is your beliefs, and it is all about you. And you can have whatever you want. You can manifest stuff, but you have to get rid of the reasons why you can't. I want this, but I can't. I keep sabotaging myself is because you don't believe you're good enough. You don't believe that you can do it. You don't believe you're pretty enough. You don't believe you're rich enough. You don't believe it's all just beliefs. If you just say, I don't care what's happening with me, is all these obstacles are trying to come in my way to do this podcast. And I said, I don't care. I'm just doing it, doing it, doing it. And finally, after I do it so long, I'll just do it. And just automatically become, just like when you tie your shoe. Oh my God, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. One day you tie your shoe, done. Driving a car. Oh my God, I don't know how to drive this car. I'm going to hit everybody. And guess what? One day you're driving, you're talking to your kids, you're eating, you're doing everything. Your unconscious mind is driving your car, which is crazy. If you think about it, your unconscious mind is driving your car because you can do a million things while you're driving a car because you've done it so much. So the beliefs that you will change will automatically, once you push through, will automatically become a belief system that you do not have to do anything about. You don't have to do any work about it. You just do it. You're just in the state of being the true self in you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my podcast, Awakened Souls. Oh, I do want to say something. I did say that at the first, though. I told you why we have the Awakened Souls is because everybody's waking up and we all have a story to tell. And let me know what your story is, and I can have you on my podcast. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I'll see you next Sunday with Tammy. It's going to be exciting. Bye.